What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Steve Daniel and this channel is all about helping content creator get money. Today's video, I want to talk about being a freelancer photographer. I've been doing that for 3 years as well as doing videos and all that, but today I really want to focus on photography because I've worked with the mom and pop shops and I've worked with a big corporation as well. So for today's video, I just want to tell you today I just want to tell you a little walkthrough of what I've been doing to be successful in this field. So like I said in the beginning guys, I've been doing photography for over 3 years now. I work with the mom and pop shops and I work with a big corporation as well. As a freelancer photographer, I've learned a lot, right? First thing you gotta know is that freelancing, being a freelancer in photography is not as easy as someone may think, right? It's not constant work. You need to find clients. You always need to up your game in a way and be sure that you always are on top of yourself at the end of the day, because this industry is real. There's a lot of photographers, newcomers every day, big influencers, and the thing with photography is that it's an art, right? People will like you because they like the way you shoot. They like working with you, and sometimes they rather work with you because you have a better customer service as well. So those are the things that you should not forget. But for me, when I started taking photos, actually it was 3 years ago, I wanted to take more photos of food. I love food. If you look at my social media, the page that I've created, my website portfolio, it's all around food. The reason why I love food is that it's for me a way for me to take photos every day. I mean, I don't know about you, but I eat out all the time, and I will take photos of food, and I realized that I will understand the different angles of it, right? So when I started, it was just for fun, right? In a way, if you're a freelancer photographer, you always need to promote yourself. In my previous video, I talk about the importance of having a portfolio. So for me, I will take photos, post them on Instagram, and then people will comment on them, like them, and the more we'll post about it, the more people are like, yo Steve, you actually have a talent taking food photography. So eventually I was like, you know what, it's time for me to get a camera, and I got the Canon G7X, which was a camera for vlogging because I really like vlogging as well, and I started taking more photos of food, and I realized that, you know what, at a point where these photos will make sense and people will like it on social media, I think it would be nice if I actually offer my services to restaurants, right? So my first clients was a bretzel company in Montreal, and we started taking a photo of the bretzel, and it was like lifestyle photography. And from there, I realized that, you know what, I feel like I love taking lifestyle photos with food. And that's something that you're gonna know. If you're a photographer, it's good to be like a general as well. But if you want a real success in that field, you have to have a niche. So you can be either like a real estate photographer, a portrait photographer, food photographer, car photographer. Like, the more you have a niche, the more you can own an industry in a way. For me, my first niche was food. Like, when it comes to restaurants, when it comes to brunches, you know, I love brunch. It was always like, okay, how can I take better pictures of food? So from there, I was able to get another restaurant and another restaurant, and I just kept getting more restaurants. So I became more known in the restaurant industry to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm a guy that loves to learn, and that's what you're gonna see when in those YouTube videos is the fact that I love to try different fields. So eventually I started taking photos of everything else, right? I started doing portrait, I started doing real estate, I started doing cars, and it was just for me a way to see how I can take photos. But at the end of the day, it was really about food for me. Like, food photography for me is something that I like. I can control the setting. I can take care of the lights, and I don't have to deal with people that much because it's just me and the food, right? But if you're a freelancer photographer and you're watching this and you want to know how you can launch your business, or you can make sure that you be successful, I have some tips for you, right? So one of the tips I can tell you is you have to invest in yourself. I'm talking about training. You can take a course of Udemy. You can take more course on YouTube, watch videos on YouTube of photographers that will tell you how to take better photos, right? Next up is invest in the tools that you use, the programs. I use Lightroom. Lightroom can take a normal photo and make it look so good. So that's why I love Lightroom. I've invested a lot of time to learn how to edit better photos on Lightroom. So Lightroom is good. And the camera, right? I'll be honest with you. Not all cameras make the photographer, but if you have the right lens, it might make a difference, right? So for me, right now, for the camera that I use Sony a6500. I have two lenses that I use. You can see them in the description of this video, the one that I use. And it makes a difference in the type of photos that I take, right? If you take a look at all those photos of food that are showing right now, those are taken with the different lens that I use for the photo. But sometimes I actually take some nice food photography with a cell phone. So this is something that you gotta learn, but what's important is always where you take your light from. So be sure to understand the setting when it comes to photos. Are you taking the light? Are you shooting with the light from the sun? Are you shooting with the light that I use exactly right here? The light will make the whole difference when it comes to your photography. Another thing that you gotta know when it comes to freelancing photography is you cannot stop, man. You have to hustle, man. You have to hustle all the time. You have to reach out to people. I keep telling that in all the videos. Always reach out, try to build your portfolio, and understand that if you don't work, man, there's always somebody working harder than you to take your position, right? For me, I remember when I started taking more photo of food, I would reach out to restaurants and all that. And recently, by recently, I mean this week, I was taking photo for Subway Canada, which is amazing, right? But that came because I've been working so hard on the food photography for a while and make sure that I understand the angle, I understand how to take flat lays, I understand what type of food picture people want to see. And it's the same for cars, man. When I was shooting cars, I was following a friend that was showing me how to take pictures of cars, and it comes to the point where it becomes just natural for you, right? If you're a freelancer, you want to be sure that whatever niche of photography you get into, you want it to be natural for you, and you want to be sure that you like it. Because like any job, if you don't enjoy and you don't have a passion for the photography, eventually you're gonna get tired of. For me, I will never get tired of food because I love taking photo of food and I get to eat it after. So me, I'm a big fan of food photography. But if you're a person that loves portrait, try to understand how you can take the best portrait and get inspired. Get inspired by other creators, get inspired by magazine, and get inspired by yourself as well. Try to see how you can get better at what you do. That being said, this is a video just to talk a bit about my freelance photography, the way that I was able to live from it, right? But I'll be honest with you, I don't just do photos. I do videos, I do content creation, and I do social media management, right? I've been doing that full time. And for me, I feel like I've built an agency around myself to be sure that I'm successful in that field. And actually I have a class on how to brand yourself. Branding is important. Branding is actually something that can bring you business. And if you want to know more about it on how I was able to work with multiple brands, I'm talking Car2Go, MasterCard, Interjet, and more, I have the link in my bio. It's a masterclass that will help you to create a brand that people will love, people want to deal with you. Because let's be honest, as a freelancer, it's good for you to understand that you're your business. You're the person that people want to work with. You're the person that people want to work to and all that. And for you to understand that, you have to understand that you have to market yourself. So I talk about that in previous videos as well as in my masterclass. But from there, guys, I believe that if you want to be a freelance photography, just do it, man. Just take your camera, go out there, start shooting. And I'm curious to know what kind of content you like to shoot. Leave me a comment below and we can talk more about it, right? My goal is actually to make more videos to help you watching this make more money with a passion, to be able to live from it, to travel and live a lifestyle that's really nice, to feel free, right? That's what we call a freelancer. You want to feel free. So guys, thank you for watching it, and I'll see you soon for another episode. Peace.